Joining us now, Danielle Estrada. She's in the studio, so that's always fun. Danielle's with the National Union of Healthcare Workers. Danielle, first, welcome.
Thank you. Thank
Great
you for
to have
having
you
me.
at Rebel headquarters. Now, tell us about this union a little bit. What do you guys do?
All right. Well, the National Union of Healthcare Workers was founded and created by healthcare workers like myself, who want to be a part of a democratic union that is led by the rank and file.
All right, that makes perfect sense. Now,
sounds a little communist, though, doesn't it?
yeah, I mean, look, I'd call it Maoist.
Yeah,
but
right.
you know, I don't want to split hairs. Okay, so now the reason we have Danielle on is because we have a fascinating beef going on between you guys and the SEIU. Two unions going to war. So how many kneecaps have you broken so far?
Well, actually, they've tried to break mine, so it's more like us trying to. We're nonviolent. We're nonviolent. We like to keep it like that. We're militant but nonviolent. So I would say it's been the other way around, more likely.
What's the nature of the beef?
The nature of the beef is this. I'm actually still an SEIU member. And what happened was a couple of years ago, it's been about 3 years, SEIU International, which is based in Washington, D.C., made amendments to the Constitution and bylaws, right, that gave
they didn't.
The international president a lot more power, right? And so little by little, they started taking our voice away as workers, right? So basically, if SEIU International made some kind of, decision, we have to follow what they say.
Okay, let me just, for the people at home that don't know all the union stuff. So SEIU is one of the largest unions in the country.
Yes.
You guys are part of SEIU.
Yes,
Okay.
UHW still.
Right.
Service Employees International Union.
Yes.
That's right. Now, they grab a little bit more power for management, ironically, within a union.
Yes, they did.
Okay, now, I'm not on either side of this. Obviously, we only have Danielle here, nobody from the SEIU. So I want to make that clear to the audience.
Right.
But, so what's the result of that? So Andy Stern comes around going, okay, hey, I'm the boss here.
Pretty much.
Manicures, pedicures, is that what it is? Or
Well,
what happened?
it's basically, this is what we've decided is the best way to go, and you have to follow, right? You have to follow what we think, right? The path that we want to take, right? Without, giving the membership, right? Giving workers like myself a say. Right, in any of the decisions.
I don't know how unions work. Did you guys used to vote on everything before? Like, are we going to go on strike, et cetera? You vote?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, we did.
And then after they changed the bylaws, you didn't vote anymore? Or
Well,
you did probably, right?
We did still vote on things, but little by little. What they wanted was they wanted 65,000 of our members, right? They wanted us to let 65,000 of our members go and be transferred into another local without them voting. So basically, they make a decision from D.C. and say, this is the way it's going to be, and that's it.
Some people have had complaints. I don't know if that's one of your issues, that unions, and they've said this about the SEIU, and again, I don't know if it's true. I'm just saying that they're too accommodationist these days, that they are willing to make deals with management more because they've gotten beat up so badly, saying, oh, unions are costing jobs, they're costing us our industry, et cetera, and that they're willing to give away a little bit more of labor rights to make the deals with management. Is that part of this or no?
Yes, this is definitely part of the beef that we have with SEIU, and they've actually already done that at my workplace, right? At the expense of the membership, right? They get together with the employer and make deals in exchange for organizing rights. Right, so the employer will allow them to organize a certain group of workers within the hospital, and they won't interfere. They won't carry on an anti-union campaign, right?
How long have you been involved in sort of union activities?
Since 2004.
Do you? Well, you haven't been in it then. We were talking about 6 years then. Do you feel like you're fighting a losing battle, not specifically against the SEIU, but just sort of in general?
No, absolutely not. Actually, this has been quite a magical experience. The law says, right, the National Labor Relations Act, right, gives workers the right to join or form a union, right? And so we, knowing our rights, decided that we wanted to embark on a decertification campaign. And so we circulated petitions at our workplace and got enough signatures to initiate the upcoming election in September.
So you're decertifying from the SEIU?
Yes. Yes.
Okay, so you feel empowered because you're doing this stuff. But I think Ben's point is, look, everybody's, the unions seem to be shrinking. You see what I'm saying? Are you not sensing that? Are you sensing that it's growing?
No, I know that, and I think part of the reason why this is so positive is so that people can see all, and I'm so happy to be here because I know thousands of people are going to get to hear this, that, you know, working people in the United States, right, need to start knowing their rights. They need to wake up, right? And, you know, people work for a living, and the most important thing for people are their wages and their benefits, right? And part of the reason why the jobs are so good at Kaiser, right, because we work for Kaiser, part of the reason why the jobs are so good is because we belong to a union, and a strong union at that time before all of this started, right, before they came and they put us into trusteeship. And so I think this is actually a positive thing because here 45,000 workers are standing up and saying, you know what, we have a choice, right? We know that the law protects us, right? And we have a right to join or form the union of our liking, of our choosing, right? We want to be a part of a democratic union. We have that choice, right?
Now the website is NUHW.org. That's, you know, National Union of Healthcare Workers, so NUHW.org. But you know, to SEIU's point, look, a lot of Americans believe, and I don't know if it's true or not, of course, but a lot of Americans believe, you know, if you ask for too much and the unions are too powerful, that it winds up driving industry away. And everybody points to the steel industry. Mm-hmm. Do you think there's any ability to do that, or if not, why not?
Well, I think that's valid. I mean, I think it's valid. I mean, in my experience alone, you know, when contract negotiations come up, I mean, what you're going to ask for is what, first of all, what the workers want, and you're not going to ask for too much, right? I mean, in order to stay employed and keep working, you need to keep the employer, you know, going in business. Nobody wants to bankrupt, you know, their employer. The point here is to keep jobs, have good quality jobs with reasonable wages, right, and benefits, right? Because we're very lucky where I work at in that we don't pay for our medical insurance, and we like to keep it that way. And most people nowadays have to pay for all or part of their medical insurance. So this is a really important fight for us because 44,000. This is going to affect 44,000 people and 44,000 jobs that are really good jobs that have really good wages and excellent benefits. And they're not excellent and good because Kaiser gave it to us. It's because of the union.
When you hit a scab with a baseball bat, do you generally go for the knees or do you go higher up?
I go for wherever I can get them.
Have you ever actually confronted a scab?
You know, I've actually had more of experience of them confronting me for what I'm doing.
Really?
Oh, really?
Yeah. You know, of course, I know SEIU is not going to take a liking to, you know, workers wanting to leave and their dues money going out the window. But, you know, actually they've been quite more confrontational with us than we have been with them.
Oh, you're saying the SEIU guys?
Oh,
okay.
yeah.
Okay.
Absolutely.
All right. And final question for you. Have you ever said, you got to do what you got to do?
You got to do what you got to do, and we're doing it, and we're going to win this.
All right, there you go. All right, the website is NUHW.org. It's Danielle Estrada. Danielle, thanks so much for joining us.
Thank you for having me.
Thanks for coming in.
All right,
Thank you.
Young Turks.